this one is one I've been pretty excited for. So just thinking of all the moments you're watching anime and you see two characters and you see something like a rivalry brewing, and then you're just like, oh, this is definitely gonna go down. We're gonna see an intense battle here. And then the anime comes to an end and you never see that fight. And you're just like, wait a minute, hold on. Was I just robbed of an epic moment? So I just want to talk about some of the greatest what if moments that didn't happen, but in the same verse, right? So we're not talking about like Naruto versus Luffy. We're just talking about like in the same verse. And if anybody wants to kick it off, be my guest.
Um, I'll go first again. We talked about it slightly earlier, but who I'm going with, the fight that I think people wish they would see or would happen on screen or even in the manga would be Hisoka versus Illumi. Just because of like the brotherhood ship that they had, like throughout the whole thing, they were really like brothers who weren't brothers. They were connected and they had that brotherhood. They had a bromance, I would say. They especially when the famous scene on the top of the hill when
Mm-hmm.
it gets PG in in the anime where he's like, "When are you gonna let me what do you say? I think he says, "When are you gonna let me off Killua and Gon?" But in the
Yeah,
manga, it's something way, way, way not even gonna
way
mention it.
darker. Yeah,
Yeah, way
way
darker.
darker.
That like Illumi turns up to a point where even Hisoka was like, "Hold on." So like and then I've seen power scaling videos with them too, and a lot of people have them either like off by 100 or some points, and or like literally right on par with each other. So like that's a fight I definitely would want to see, especially once Illumi comes out of that pinhead form that he has, because I hate him in that form when he got all the pins and needles in him and he looked like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know. But once he drops the hair and the eyes get all big, like that Illumi versus Hisoka, where the hair is going all crazy, I think that's a fight that
Yeah.
we should at least have gotten or maybe get in the future if
Okay.
the mangaka could stay healthy enough.
So I do always see those videos that kind of rank them neck to neck, and they're either this direct, this person first or that person first, flip flop. I kind of want to ask you a quick question there. Illumi, Illumi against like the Phantom Troop. Like, where do you rank him against some of the members of the Phantom Troop? Like, do you think Illumi beats Phaeton?
Do I think Illumi beats Phaeton? I do.
You think Illumi
I
beats
do.
Phaeton? Okay.
I do. Even though we haven't seen a lot of Illumi fighting, just the he has this menacing aura to him that people like even Killerwood, like even though Killerwood got the pen taken out of his brain and everything, he got like trauma PTSD from his brother, like and other people too. Like once Illumi pops up, people
Hmm.
they like they know it's don't do nothing dumb because he might turn up. Like we haven't seen a lot of him, but I think he's got some hidden potential. He's part of the assassin family. Like he has to be. He has to be something nice like that.
Okay, and then one more. How do you think Illumi fares against Crollo?
Crollo wins low diff.
Low diff. The only reason I'm asking these questions is because, like I said, I do see those videos where they rank Illumi on and Hisoka on par with one another. But I'm wondering, are those videos inaccurate? Does Hisoka kind of scale
Onto
obviously
Crollo.
higher than Illumi? Because isn't Hisoka pretty close to Crollo? If we think about what Crollo had to do in order to defeat Hisoka.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they lowball Hisoka a lot of times because he has probably the best ability in anime history because it contains the properties of Bungie and Gum.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no,
Nah, I
I think he is closer to Crollo than he is Lumi. But I would think Illumi would give him some go. I don't
yeah,
think it'd be a low diff. I think Crollo low diffs Illumi easy
yeah.
because wasn't Illumi part of the Spiders or he used to hang out with them? Like
He's like a substitute, kind of.
yeah, he's like a substitute. So like if you're somebody's underling, there's not a lot of times that you're stronger than the dude you're fighting for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing with Hisoka, what I think is underrated, is his battle IQ. His battle
Hmm.
IQ is insane.
uh-huh.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? But I do think that's a good one. I'm not saying I don't want to see that fight. I definitely want to see that fight. I just wonder, have people been kind of like not giving Hisoka the respect that he, you know what I mean? But it's definitely a fight that I would like to see though.
Yeah, same.
for sure.
That's my one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got, Rue?
So for me, right, and I was very tempted to go in a different direction in the same verse, but for me personally, one that we didn't get to see that I really want to see is Orochimaru versus Jiraiya. But
Okay.
I'm gonna a lot of people say during the signing time, that's not when I wanted to see it. When I
Okay.
wanted to see it was the invasion arc. So when Orochimaru fought Hiruzen,
Right.
Mhm.
so at that point, like before he lost his arms, I think Jiraiya at that point was as strong as we seen Jiraiya for the anime, right? So
Right.
I think Jiraiya at that point could do all the things he did when he fought Pain,
Right.
right? You know,
Okay.
even though he seemed really goofy, he's already had all those abilities. So Orochimaru on that war path and Jiraiya with the abilities that we later seen that Jiraiya had, I think that would have been a crazy clash that we should have got to see. That, you know, obviously Hiruzen was, you know, very hyped up at the time. And I don't know if it's like retcon or what happened, because when you get to the end of the story, he doesn't seem as impressive as they try to hype him up to be at that point.
Right.
But man, if it would have been Jiraiya to step in and for them to fight right then and there, I think that would have been epic. That would probably been on everyone's list at one of the top Naruto fights, you know, but we never got to see that one. And we're always wondering who's the strongest Sani.
100%. I think we've
Yeah.
had those talks like a couple years ago, you know, where we was arguing, you know, Jiraiya versus Orochimaru, and we was trying to compare them, especially with how they kind of did with Naruto and his tail beast forms, you know. They essentially both fought Naruto essentially at the same tail beast. I believe he got the scar on his chest when Naruto was at 4 tails, and then Orochimaru, when he fought Naruto when he was older, kind of was game against Naruto when he kind of got like 4 tails at the time as well. So it was kind of like, and then also like, I mean, Orochimaru is such a tricky because is his prime prior to losing his hands, right? Or when he does more research and just starts switching bodies, and depending on the body that he is inhibiting, determines scaling of his, you know, who like how strong he is, right?
I think that becomes very subjective and kind of hard to scale. That's why I kind of used
that moment is
I
like
think I
probably
know when he is in his prime is when Sasuke makes him do the
oh,
reverse
brings the
Saiyan,
okay.
and he gets into the white Zetsu body because he doesn't have to flop anymore. He's stuck in that white Zetsu body forever because it was the perfect vessel.
Okay.
So I think
Okay.
where
That
he
makes
is
sense.
now in Baruto, he might be in his prime right now.
Probably. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you think Orochimaru uses the Edo Tensei like he did against Hiruzen against Jiraiya in that fight?
I think he would be pushed to.
You think it would be pushed too?
Yeah.
You think Jiraiya has the strength to who you think out who you think's the winner of that outcome? Jiraiya or
Orochimaru.
Orochimaru? You think Orochimaru wins?
I do think Orochimaru, but however, Sage Mode with the toads, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, Jiraiya has vocal genjutsu. He just has
Mhm.
so many tools at his array.
You see, the Edo Tensei is so tricky. I think Jiraiya wins if Orochimaru doesn't use Edo Tensei. If he doesn't use Edo Tensei, I think Jiraiya wins. But if he uses Edo Tensei, it's like that can kind of be a little
Three,
tricky.
yeah, we've seen Jiraiya in 3B1s.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen. So I think that could be a little tricky. But this time, Orochimaru got some hacks, man. I'll tell you that. He got some hacks. I'll say that.
Orochimaru could really go, man. I always think, you know, I always say, I think he was a part of the Akatsuki at one point. I always think after the big three, it's him. Even though I think him and Kisame would be a hell of a fight, I do think after the big three, my personal opinion is Orochimaru. He could really go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right. In my case, I'm gonna stay in the Naruto verse, and I'm gonna go with I think many people consider this to be a widely popular fight that was a what if, especially during the time of the tuning exam. And that I'm gonna go with Neji and Sasuke.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the one.
one.
I wanted to do as well, but I just wanted parody. It's the one, yeah.
I'm gonna take the shortcut, just press the button, just bail myself out. I'm just gonna say, you know, Neji and Sasuke. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna say during the tuning exam when Sasuke learns the Chidori.
When he has on the black suit.
Yeah, like so let's say if, you know,
Black Robe Sasuke.
he does a matchup against Gaara, he matches up against Neji, and because, you know, Naruto beats Neji due to plot armor, but if Neji got past Naruto and he somehow matched up, like how would that fight go? You
Mhm.
know, I think that would have been
But
interesting to see.
no, like no slouch on Neji there. Naruto had the plot armor, and just with Kurama, Naruto beats anybody in the Chunin exams if Kurama gets loose.
Right.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So like that's no knock on Neji at all. You know, so
You know,
Yeah,
it
I
just
agree.
yeah, it's just I think the way they did it too. I can understand if Naruto almost lost control. Now I do understand, of course, the Nine Tails chakra is crazy, but the fact that he tricked Neji into with the shadow clone and
Mhm.
comes underneath the ground and hits him and stops him there. It's kind of like I just personally wasn't satisfied with that. I was just like,
Yeah, because Naruto's getting
I don't know about that.
he,
Neji's supposed to be this
Prodigy.
talented prodigy. He's fallen victim to this.
yeah.
So, but nevertheless, like you said before, I mean, it is Naruto, and at least he had the Nine Tails chakra at the very least. So, but that battle, I think that'd have been a crazy battle. So I'm gonna ask y'all both this: who you think comes out victorious if Neji fights Sasuke right then and there?
Neji.
Okay.
Who do you think,
I was
Smoke? I
gonna say
see
Sasuke.
he's gonna say Sasuke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think Sasuke?
Because wasn't it at that point he unlocked his third Tomoe in his
Nah,
Sharingan, or
second.
he only had two?
I think
Okay,
he unlocked his third Tomoe when he fought at the valley against Naruto.
okay,
When Naruto kind of became
but
Kurama without
I
the
don't know.
cloak.
Even then, I think with the two, he's seeing Neji's movement faster than Neji's gonna be able to let out the 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms. I don't think he's getting that off. Sasuke's way too. I think Sasuke's too fast for him. I think the speed plays a factor into it.
I
Okay.
I don't think Sasuke is too fast for Neji, and I think at that point in the story, the freaking the Byakugan is still respectable, right? At that part of the story, what we saw that he could do with the Byakugan is on par with what we saw just from Sasuke with Sharingan, right? We hadn't
Yeah,
seen Mangekyo and all the other stuff, right? So just at that point, and Neji is going to paralyze Sasuke's chakra points, and unlike
If he
Naruto,
can
Sasuke
land,
does not have additional reserve.
got you, which
You
is
know,
true.
you know what I'm saying? And then I just think, and when it came to taijutsu, Neji was better. And
But what about long
I
range
agree.
attacks though? I think Sasuke beats him in the long range attacks with the fireball jutsu.
I don't think any of those are going to successfully land because I think the Byakugan, which we see later on in the Sasuke retrieval arc,
Right.
it's just Neji's use of the Byakugan at that time was just elite, bro. He's gonna see all of those coming. I don't think Sasuke is gonna be able to land those. I do think Sasuke had got a huge power boost to that point, but I don't think he had surpassed Neji yet.
See, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I might have to agree with Smart. I think
I think
Sasuke
he's
might have
too fast.
might be able to edge because his performance against Gaara was impressive. And I don't know if Neji could beat that Gaara. Now, styles make fights, so I'm not going to use that as a. But just to, I do agree. I think if Neji can, if he starts touching up Sasuke, I think it's GG's.
Yeah, I think it's
Now,
reps too.
if Sasuke decides to use Chidori, is Neji fast enough to really evade it? I don't know.
I believe he is.
I don't know. I think Neji. I don't think I think you giving Neji too much credit his speed. I don't think he's fast. If he's able to get caught by Naruto coming underneath the ground, he might get caught by a lot of things from Sasuke.
Yeah,
No.
but like I said, Sasuke being not the main character, I think there will be less plot armor in this fight,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So,
That's
and
fair enough.
I just have
Fair
to
enough.
anticipate all these fights without the plot armor, right? Because Naruto really had no chance in that fight. Like, just to give him that dub was like BS, right? You had to move the story for it. Neji was cooking him, bro.
Yeah, Neji was doing it effortlessly too. I think so. My thing is because we know Neji outscales Rock Lee. This is not including the 8 gates, but because Sasuke's above Rock Lee at that point. No 8 gates Rock Lee, right? And he started mimicking.
Let's not say 8, but what if 6 that he used?
I mean,
Gaara.
When I say 8 gates, I'm saying all the gates that he unlocked up until that point when he fought Gaara. I think it was 5, right? Was it 5?
I thought it was 6.
6?
I thought it
Okay.
was 6 too.
All right, so 6 gates, that he unlocked. He without the gates opening is without the 6 gates, because he did open a few other gates, but he was
Yeah.
able to mimic Rock Lee's speed
Yeah.
to a certain extent without even having to like kind of like. So I think. I mean, I think it's tough. I ain't gonna lie. I think you can make a case for both sides, but I'm not even gonna lie. Neji, if we're not looking at that Naruto fight, like me not looking at the prior to the Naruto fight, I was like, bro, there's no way. I don't think Sasuke beats this guy. I just thought he was just too. I thought he was just too much. But I am being blinded by him losing to Naruto based off plot. So
He had to lose tonight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
that kind of like, and then how they did him dirty and Shippuden. So
no, Shippuden, he stands no chance.
oh yeah, honestly, at the end of the Naruto, he stood no chance.
Yeah,
Once he got the curse marks, it was
yeah.
over.
Oh yeah,
But at
curse
that
marks
very
was
moment
ridiculous.
right there, I think Neji would have slapped Sasuke up.
even if he used at least curse mark level 1, because that's what he had unlocked at the time.
Yeah, I mean, the curse marks are tricky. I think he loses to Neji. I would have to go back and review the curse mark. I'll be honest. I wasn't factoring it in from the start, but now, when, and granted, this isn't Sasuke, right? But I think this was a more experienced curse user. When he went to go retrieve Sasuke, the guy he was fighting had the curse mark, right?
Right.
And then, I mean, and it was difficult for a while just because of the tactics, right? But Neji was also a very intelligent fighter.
Okay, so I get what you're getting at. So is that curse mark user stronger than Chunin exam Chidori Sasuke?
The Sound Ninja 4?
Yes, the Sound Ninja 4. The Sound Ninja
Yeah.
4 that he fought. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then probably Neji beats that Sasuke then.
Yeah.
So maybe we got our answer. Maybe because I ain't gonna lie, the way they, although it wasn't him exactly that beat Sasuke to a pulp, right? When they met up with him, and it's like, hey, do you want power? And they showed him a glimpse. I mean, that version of Sasuke kind of was like, it seemed to me he was lower than all 4 of them. So for
I agree.
Neji to win against one of them, especially them going into curse level Mark 2 and still win is impressive.
Bro. Nah, Neji was very impressive. I just think the fascination with the Sharingan and how much, the verse just loves the Sharingan. I think he just became an afterthought and they just never developed the character. Of course, he got his farewell send off and people were emotional about that. But I mean, Shippuden, like Neji was nothing the whole time, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of sad, actually, bro. It's like, Neji wasn't my favorite character, but it's like your favorite basketball player when they just can't do it no more. You're just like that was Neji, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy, bro. This dude was a prodigy, the savior of the
Box
clan,
champion in the world.
bro. When Neji first backed out the Byakugan and he showed everything he could do with it, I'm sure people thought like, nah, this Akila Jutsu's up there, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And
That was
at that point, the writing told us that it was on par. And then, then the clans had this huge rivalry. We never got to really see this rivalry. And that should have been part of the rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
I think so
We
too.
never
I
got
agree.
They said there was this huge back and forth, and then what they went on to show us, my brain can't even fathom how it was a tug of war kind of situation, unless you're just going to tell me the Uchihas just had their creme de la creme that was so elite, but everybody else was fodder, and then the Hyugas just had a lot of strong people in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I think what messed Hugo up was the politics of the main branch and side branch. That's what messed them up. Because Neji was, even if he wanted to, he was never going to be what we wanted him to, for the simple fact that he was part of the side branch. They were never going to let him shine. He was leagues stronger than Hinata, and they were still Hinata. And Neji's over there getting brushed to the side. Like he's not the strongest in the clan at 9 years old.
Yeah, I mean that's the politics of their clan. But I feel like in stories all the time we see people go rogue from stuff like that and still ascend to the the power that you expect from them.
I agree.
Because I mean he was obviously stronger than Hinata. He slapped the heck out of the.
Beat her. I ain't gonna lie. He definitely
he violate her.
beat her senseless.
But yeah, all in all, man, like I said, man, no matter how much I want to refute it, that was the one. Because more than anything, like when Orochimaru pulled up, it didn't feel like Jiraiya was gonna step in and save the day, right? Like I felt like Neji and Sasuke were on this collision course that was inevitable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Both the prodigies and Neji. I think Neji was a year older in Rock Lee and them, and then Sasuke I think was kind of looking at Neji like nah, and then Rock Lee was like, "You can't mess with him. You can't even mess with me, and I can't mess with him."
I ain't gonna lie, Sasuke was disrespectful too because Neji asked a question, he just brushed him aside like bugging. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, they got to fight.
Yeah,
You know, they were both considered prodigies in their own right in their respective classes. So it's like,
Mhm.
you know, so
Yeah. A quick send off to this before make sure you guys like and subscribe. But I'm gonna ask you guys this, you guys can jump in the comment section as well. Neji versus Haku. Who would have won that fight?
Neji.
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Because that rotation, that palm rotation is with all the needles and all that, that's the perfect counter. You know what I mean? That's the perfect counter.
Good point.
Once he gets a hold of, I don't know. I'll have to see because we're also seeing Neji as he grew. I assume that Neji has grown. And at that particular point in stage when they fought Haku and Zabuza, Neji was younger. So I don't know how strong he was at that particular stage. So it's kind of hard to say. But I think I'm gonna go with Neji. I think I'm gonna go with Neji. I might go with Neji. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm gonna go with Neji.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I'm
Sasuke
going with
that
Neji
fight,
too.
but yeah, I'm gonna go with Neji.
I'm going Neji too.
Okay. And I guess I'll go with Neji as well. But Haku was another young one that was very talented.
You're very talented. Talented and I'm not even gonna make that comment, but
Yeah. Please don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
don't
fight.
before we really get rolling, man.
But yeah, he was talented too. That's the thing about Naruto. Naruto
Has so
they
many characters.
abused and overused the term of prodigies. Everyone's a prodigy. Madara, Hashirama, Itachi, Minato, Sasuke, Neji. Yeah. Everyone's a prodigy in their own right. Like it's like, come on, like it takes away from the term itself in the Naruto-verse. Shisui, like everyone's a prodigy. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like I mean those are some good fights though that I wish I saw all three of those fights.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. So make sure in the comment section you guys tell us what are some great fights in anime that we missed just because they never happened. We'll be looking out for those in the comments and hopefully some of those catch us off guard,
Yeah.
Until then, like, comment, subscribe.